starting out with a square canvas. To create the characters, so first I go with a circle like this. Like I'm just doing it very roughly. So I'm creating a circle like this. So whenever I start with creating a character, right, so I make sure that they are very basic. To color this one, I usually like to keep all my characters on different layer. So this layer 3 is boy and this layer 2 is girl. So girl is on separate layer, boy is on separate layer, and so will be their colors. So what I'll start with is I'll create a new layer below the boy layer. So I'll select this one and then create a new layer. I'll rename this as hearts. Now on layer 5, I'll be starting with the skin color first. So I'll quickly take a skin color. I'm using dry ink brush for this, and I'll simply start coloring it. I'm not color dropping it because I like the texture of this brush. So I would like to keep that texture, right? And then we'll do the hairs. For hairs, I'll create a new layer and rename it as hairs. I'll rename it as skin. And on the skin layer itself, I'll add the white part of the eyes. And then we have clothes layer. So once I'm happy with the base colors, I'll start adding details to it. To add the details, I'll create a new layer on top of each layer. So I'm currently on clothes layer, so I have created a new layer on top of it and rename it as shadows. I'll add a clipping mask to it, and then click on this N icon and change the blend mode to overlay. I like to work with overlay, but if you wish, you can stay on the normal blend mode and add a darker color, or you can try any other blend modes that you prefer. So when we do an overlay, black means I'll get a darker color, darkest color, and the gray means I'll get a little less darker color, so medium tone, right? So and if I use white, I'll get a light shade. So what I'll do is I'll take the black color and add shadows like that. That's it. I don't want to add any more shadows to it. Neither I'm gonna smudge these shadows because I like the way these are, right? You can do the smudging as well to give a more smooth transition from dark to light. And for the highlights, you can create a separate layer for highlights. Because there are not too much of things happening on this particular layer, so I'll add the highlights on this layer itself, like this, right? And so the boy is complete. So I'll select all the layers that I was working with for the boy and swipe it on the right hand side and then click on group. So all the layers comes under this group. Now I'll rename this group as boy. So all the layers on the same group. Same, I'll be doing this for girl. So once I'm happy with the colors, here we have already added the heart, and now I'll add the text. So to add the text, what you can do is you can take the brush pen and script pen, both works well. So I'm going to use the script pen in the calligraphy section, right? And I'll take dark maroon color. Now I want a little bit of space there, so I'll select all these layers, so girl, boy and the heart, and reduce the size just a bit and center align it. Okay, now I'm on layer 18 and I'll rename it as text, and I'll hand illustrate. And now I can select it and I can play with the size and place it wherever I want. Now I'll duplicate this one. So what I like to do is I always add casting shadow to it. So the lower layer, so I'll rename it as shadow. I'll select it and make sure your color fill is on, and you can select a gray color like this. You can't see something happening here because that layer is behind this maroon layer. So once the color is done, I'll tap on the arrow and then tap 4 or 5 times on the bottom right side. And here I can play with the opacity of the shadow. Like I like to keep it at 35 to 40%. So this is how the shadow will come, right? And yeah, for the hearts, I can go on hearts layer and then go with dry ink brush, take the same pink and just add little hearts around. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated to all my upcoming videos. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.